Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about how much protein you should eat on a ketogenic diet. Now this is a loaded question. This is obviously going to depend on your goal. So are you going to the ketogenic diet to burn fat, to lose fat? Are you hoping to maintain muscle mass whilst losing fat? Or are you actually looking to build muscle mass? So first of all, let's take a look at muscle maintenance. So to maintain the current amount of muscle to have. You're not looking to build, you're not looking to lose, just to maintain. Now there's some really interesting research by Dr. Stephen Finney, who's one of the lead researchers on the ketogenic diet, so I highly recommend that you check out his work. His research found that consuming 1.2 grams to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight maintains or preserves muscle mass whilst in a ketogenic state. So let's take me for example. I weigh 93 kilograms, so about 205 pounds. On the lower end, if I times 93 kilograms by 1.2, this is going to give me 112 grams of protein per day in order to preserve muscle mass. On the higher end, 93 times 1.5, this is going to give me 140 grams of protein per day in order to maintain muscle mass. And from this study, it showed that consuming less than 1.2 grams of protein per day is actually going to have a negative effect on lean muscle mass. You're actually going to lose lean muscle mass and it's going to decrease exercise performance. Now I know not everybody is a gym goer and they're not really too concerned about their exercise in the gym or their performance, but if you're looking to lose weight on a ketogenic diet, you need to make sure that you're focusing on fat. Nobody wants to lose lean muscle, so we have to change our perception from losing weight to actually losing fat. I'm yet to find any research that shows losing lean muscle mass is actually beneficial. Unless you're retiring from professional bodybuilding, it's not too good to be losing lean muscle mass. So, as Dr. Finney's study shown, consuming 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is going to be sufficient enough to maintain lean muscle mass whilst in a ketogenic state. Now, in terms of muscle gain, I've yet to find any research that gives an optimal figure on how much protein you should consume on a daily basis. However, Dr. Jacob Wilson, who is also one of the lead researchers in the ketogenic field, suggests that you shouldn't consume more than 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So for me, that's 93 kilograms times 1.7. This is going to give me 158 grams of protein per day. Now, as mentioned, this comes from Dr. Jacob Wilson's The Ketogenic Bible, which I highly recommend, but it doesn't really state why 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight shouldn't be exceeded. Now, I've been following the ketogenic diet now for around 18 months, and I've been maintaining my weight, my 93 kilograms, on around 3,200 calories per day. Now, my next goal is going to be to lose some body fat. I'm going on holiday in around 6 weeks' time, and I want to lose about £1 a week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease my daily calories to 2,700 calories per day, so a 500 calorie deficit, with a hope to lose about 6 pounds of weight before I go on holiday, 6 pounds of fat that is, and maintain as much muscle mass as possible. Now, my workout regime is 5 to 6 hours of resistance training per week and 45 minutes of steady state cardio a day coming from walking the dog. Now, before I started the ketogenic diet, my diet looked like a typical bodybuilder's diet. So 5 to 6 meals a day, lean chicken breast, skinless of course, with whole grain rice, whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, a lot of egg whites, very little fat. So my breakfast would be 10 egg whites and only 1 yolk. My protein for the day was around 250 to 300 grams, so very, very high. Now, as suggested on the Ketogenic Bible by Dr. Jacob Wilson, my maximum amount of protein per day would only be around 158 grams of protein. So that's virtually half the protein amount what I was consuming before I started the ketogenic diet. So that to me seems like a pretty drastic drop. So what I've done, I'm going to have 1.9 grams of protein per day. So this is going to be 93 times 1.9. This is going to give me 177 grams of protein per day. Now this seems a lot more reasonable, but some people may say, oof, this little bit too much protein, that is going to kick you out of ketosis. But those 177 grams of protein are only going to make up 26% of my calories. 71% of my calories are still going to come from fat, and the other 3% is going to come from carbohydrates. So all this equates to 2,720 calories per day, with 71% coming from fat, so 216 grams, 26% coming from protein, 177 grams, and 3% coming from carbohydrates, so 17 grams of carbohydrates per day. In terms of the ketogenic ratio, pretty much bang on the money. Now, I know everybody isn't overly concerned with building a muscular physique, so maybe looking at Dr. Stephen Finney's recommendation of 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is going to be more sufficient for somebody who's just looking to lose fat. But if your fat ratio is only over 70% on the ketogenic diet, then you shouldn't be too concerned about how much protein that you're eating on a daily basis. Now, I just want to touch on the belief that small, frequent meals can increase fat burning and increase your metabolism. I was a believer of this when I followed the typical bodybuilding diet, 5 to 6 small meals spread throughout the day. But research has shown that increasing meal frequency doesn't have a significant impact on body composition, nor is it going to increase metabolism. It's actually suggested within the keto community that you only have 2 to 3 larger meals per day. This is suggested by Dr. Jacob Wilson in the Ketogenic Bible. So I put into practice, I have 2 or 3 larger meals per day consisted of around 900 calories with my macros evenly distributed through those 3 meals. Now, what I eat is a topic for another video, but 900 calories 3 times a day, 71% fat, 26% protein, 3% carbohydrates divided equally between those 3 meals. So to wrap things up, don't consume less than 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, because this is going to result in a loss of lean muscle mass. In order to maintain muscle mass whilst in a ketogenic state, consume 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. And if you want to build muscle, as long as 70% of your daily calories are coming from fat, then your protein intake can be higher. Suggested 1.7 is the maximum by Dr. Jacob Wilson. I'd suggest that it could possibly go higher as long as 70% of your calories are coming from fat. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.